What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Kind of just wanted to share my screen and keep it simple for today. I wanted to talk about a concept that a lot of traders have been, I think, dealing with. I just scanned for a couple of stocks. If you guys don't know how to scan for stocks, you guys don't have to copy exactly how it is that I have everything set up. I have a video about scanning for stocks. Oh man, say they can't see my video. All right, let's see. Let me try sharing it again in the Discord group chat. Okay, well, hopefully they can see it there. But this is where you scan for stocks. So I simply click scan. Let's see if anything new pops up. I came across a ZYNE. So I go to my charts. I typed it in, and I saw that this stock was trading at around $6. If we focus on how it was trading yesterday, so around above $6, end up hitting highs of 13. That's over 100% profit if you would have held overnight. And it looks like it's bouncing off the golden VWAP. So this one, I just wanted to talk about something. It doesn't mean exactly that it's going to be this one, but I wanted you to kind of lead by example. A very common, I think, mistake that a lot of people have been making is because they see that a stock is up during pre-market hours, they make the assumption that 100% that the stock is going to continue to rise. I want to make sure that you guys understand that sometimes when a stock is up during pre-market hours, it has seen all the hype and all the demand. Therefore, it will not continue to rise. If we look at ZYNE at the moment and take a little bit of a step back, so let's actually try to break it down and see what's going on. So this thing usually trades at around $5 to $6. I'm sure we've traded this one before. It looks actually, or it seems very familiar. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull it up. Boom. Okay, so I had a huge drop all the way down to about lows of $5 support. That's really what it built. Looks like it built that cup. Wow, this one's actually pretty nice. It looks like it's popping right back at the previous price point. I'm not too sure if it's going to have or why it came all the way back up. So let's go ahead and open up level 2 and click on use. Let's see what we can. Yeah. All right, so there's actual news on this specific stock, which led to its huge pop. It looks like it hit a resistance based on its previous support. So if you guys see, it had a downward trend, had a previous support at around $14. That's almost exactly where it peaked out at. Then it saw a pullback. Now, the thing that I wanted to talk about, and again, it's going to be very simple, is understanding that just because it's up during pre-market hours does not mean 100% that that is a stock that you have to trade. Understanding that a lot of these stocks that are up pre-market hours sometimes are way overextended and see all the movement or all the increase in its price, and then throughout the entire market day sees a slowly but steady downward trend. Understanding that, just wanted to talk about that very briefly. It actually looks like ZYNE, since I've actually found it's been trending up, and it looks like it broke above EMA, and that's almost exactly when I found it, when it broke above $10. And this is actually showing a pretty solid trend, but I just wanted to give you guys an example. I guess this is not the best example on a stock that you should not trade during pre-market hours or at market open because of it. So the really cool thing about this, and I'll break it down very quickly, it's up during pre-market hours, has some news on it, and it looks like it's actually validating the VWAP indicators, meaning that it's bouncing off the golden VWAP line, trending above EMA, saw somewhat of a resistance right here at the purple VWAP. Do you see how it reacted with that? Popped right back through, and now it's trending above the purple VWAP. So that means that now the purple VWAP becomes the new support, and the red VWAP is the new resistance. That's around $13. It's not 100%. It's just that based on its previous trend, you see it broke above the purple indicator, and then it still popped right back down. So that's 100% still possible. But if it continues its upward trend, continues its trend above the EMA, then it should continue its trend all the way up to $13. But I just wanted to talk about very briefly on a lot of you guys have been chasing stocks that are up during pre-market hours. Let's see if I can actually find another one. And I want you guys to understand that it doesn't matter that they're up during pre-market hours. because if they've seen all their like, if you could see that they're way overextended during pre-market hours and that there's no more movement, and the only, way that they can move is down, then you guys have to be able to identify that. So let's go ahead and see what you guys have to say. Okay, so it looks like we have a couple suggestions. Let's just go ahead and move on to the next one. So EXA. Okay, well this one has like no volume. Um, wow, it's just flatlining. I think this is a pretty solid example of a stock that, really, well, I mean, this thing sees like no volume. Looks like it's, almost just, I mean, this one, like, if looking at this EMA line and looking at this trend of like, being from 16.50 to $24, it's flatlining there. Waiting until market opens. Most people are going to start locking in profits, understanding that. Um, indicate that most likely it's going to hit the resistance here at $24 and then trend back down, right? And that's kind of the idea that I want you guys to understand that for some of these stocks and a majority of these stocks that are up during pre-market hours, just because they're up doesn't mean that you should actually buy into them. So let's see if I find any other ones. This one's up very little, but this one has been up for the past couple of days, and it looks like it's actually peaking out and starting a flat line, and then most likely going to head back down to the support. So IZEA has been a very commonly traded stock throughout this entire week. You can see that the demand and all that volume. Um, what's going on, G? You can see that the demand and the volume is kind of dying out. Therefore, that's when it starts to flatline, and then it's most likely going to start to curve back down and head down to that, $1 previous support. So, not a lot of it doesn't show a lot of potential. If it continues to trend up, then that's one thing. But based on its overall analysis, how I'm looking at it, it doesn't show a lot of potential. There could be a potential bounce here on the golden VWAP if it validates that, support somewhat at $6, but it's not 100%. Then the resistance is at the red purple VWAP, and that's going to be right around like 620. Looks like we have Mark moving its way up. Okay, looks like it was previously trading at 375. It has a 440. Not a lot of volume here either. Looks like it's trying to stay above the golden VWAP, which is a good. It's kind of starting to flatline resistance right around the purple VWAP. So I'll go ahead and start breaking down some stocks that you guys would like me to break down. So let's go ahead and go from there. So if you guys want to suggest anything, just make sure that you do it in the proper format. So some of you guys are, you guys are calling out, check out EXA. That's funny. So that's EXA. So I'm sure that's why a lot of you guys are calling it out. So I hope you guys see that, if it continues to trend up, then that's one thing. But if you see that it's starting to trend back down, like be patient and make sure you let the charts do the talking. And, why trade something that's showing a sign that it's most likely going to peak out at $24 and then trend back up? You just have to think about it like, what is it most likely going to happen? It's kind of peaked out at $24 and it looks like it's heading back down. So it looks like we have about 30 seconds till market open. A lot of you guys were asking me about my position on you guys. I'm still taking a position on you guys. It did drop below $12. So if the market was open, I would have stop lost that and would have locked in profits. But it looks like it's trying to trend back up, not 100%. If it now trends below, well, I'm gonna have to like set up a new stop loss because my stop loss was canceled at $12 to lock in profits, and obviously it's opening below that price point, so it would fill right away. It looks like it's trying to break above 1180, but I still think based on the overall breakdown for you guys that it still has that potential. It's just struggling a little bit to just move up there right away. But I still think it had the potential to hit 13 at 1350. So that's just my breakdown. I saw a couple of our traders calling out RAD. So RAD for, wow, this is the first time that RAD, based on my, yeah, has broken below 220. So that's huge. Yeah. So you can see that it bounced at that $2 price point. It might be a little bit oversold, but actually it has an earnings call and earnings report. So I actually don't know too much about what's going on with RAD. I would just be careful, wait for it to actually identify its support, and then for that trend back up. So I think this would be a good one to keep your eyes on. But I don't know if it's actually done falling, just because the news is so relevant on its earnings. There we go. This is AMD. This is a swing trade that I had. I ended up selling it yesterday, and that's the really cool thing. Yesterday, I bought it, or 2 days ago, I bought it at 12.52. Ended up selling yesterday. I stop lossed out at 12.79. And right now, if I buy it again, I would actually buy at a lower price point than I would have yesterday. And if I wanted to swing trade it, I still have the option in doing that to $13 or anything like that. But for the potential for profit that is left compared to the potential for loss that it has to move down, I think I'm pretty good. I'm gonna wait to see if it breaks below 1260 and kind of go from there. AVGR. And not a lot of movement. Overall support at 40 cents. This is one that bounced at 40 cents like, not that long ago. So I actually think someone, not too sure if it was yesterday, but I called out the support on one of these low cap stocks at 40 cents because I saw it bouncing and holding above the 40-cent resistance. Obviously, the resistance up on the purple VWAP, and it looks like it's trying to do the same thing. So just wait for the bounce, and if you identify a margin, just try to sell close to or near to the resistance. Um, but I actually want to see. I actually want to see how. Ooh, let's see, ZYNE. There it goes. It looks like it's heading back down to most likely $10 or to bounce off the golden VWAP. Looks like the volume is pretty healthy and it's pretty relevant. So this might actually be a pretty solid day trade. I'm gonna have to follow up with it to make sure that everything goes according to plan. But let me go ahead and go down the list real quick and see if I see anything else. It says nope, $4. Wow, that thing dropped a lot. AKS still trending up, so that's according to plan. Sweet. So that's really just it, guys. I'm gonna make my way over to the Discord group chat. I'm gonna be in the voice chat and the TechBud Solutions live chat. So if you guys are part of the TechBud Solutions Facebook group, the link is down in the description. So once you guys get accepted, you guys can simply click on the link on the to join the main group chat. So once you guys get accepted, you guys can simply make your way over to the TechBud Solutions live chat, and then we will all be just talking about and discussing what it is that we're trading. So I hope to see you guys there. And like always, guys, continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives you in your success. And let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.